King Ryan Garcia, obviously dealing with the suspension in the sport of boxing right now, calls out Terence Crawford, says that he's overrated, that he would beat Terence Crawford in a fight, and he's on Ryan Garcia's hit list. What do we think about this fight, ladies and gentlemen? Obviously, we know Terence Crawford's at the latter end of his career. He doesn't really have much to prove, is very, you know, consistent and persistent on getting that Canelo Alvarez fight, but I'm not sure that's a smart choice for him. It's a dangerous fight, but that's what makes me at least respect Terence Crawford that much more. I think you're only as good as your opposition, and I think, you know, with the resume that Terence Crawford has, it's a good resume, it's a solid resume, it's a Hall of Fame resume, and he's definitely accomplished a lot in the sport, multiple divisions, you know, as a world champion. But like, when it comes to the resume alone, it's not the most impressive name out there. I don't think it measures up to a Floyd Mayweather, a Manny Pacquiao, or even a Canelo Alvarez. So I think what Terence is trying to do is to get that big name, that last big name, and at the same time get that big paycheck. But you know, if it doesn't come, Canelo, it's really in the hands of Canelo Alvarez. He said he's open to Terence Crawford, you know, open to a Terence Crawford fight when he said that he wouldn't be before. So he's changing his mind a little bit, considering it. But if Terence Crawford can't get that mega fight with Canelo Alvarez, it would almost be, you know, the next best option to fight a guy. If you're only concerned about the money, you know, obviously Boots Ennis is the fight that we want to see Terence Crawford in at 154 pounds, even though Boots is campaigning at 147. That's the most compelling fight for me, you know, when it comes to competition for Terence Crawford. It's not Ryan Garcia, it's not Teofimo Lopez, but those are bigger money fights. And I think, you know, Terence Crawford versus Boots is a great fight. It's, like I said before, it's the most compelling and competitive fight for Terence Crawford in terms of what's out there right now, but it's not gonna sell. You know, it's not gonna sell to the extent of Terence Crawford versus Ryan Garcia, or Terence Crawford versus Teofimo Lopez. And I think Teofimo Lopez, as good as he is, you know, he has a lot of the antics which would definitely bring in a lot of money for the sport of boxing, specifically for these two fighters. So for Terence Crawford, I would go in that direction if I can't get the Canelo Alvarez fight. If he's really just concerned about money, and I think that's a big part of it for him, is making the money. Not that he needs money, but he wants a big money fight. So if that's the case, I think Terence Crawford should look in the direction of Ryan Garcia if he's not down to fight Boots Ennis, and if he can't get the Canelo Alvarez fight. If he's looking for a money fight, Ryan Garcia is always going to be on the table for him, and I think that is an interesting fight in my opinion. It's a good fight for the fans in terms of, you know, the characters, you know, that would be involved in it. Ryan Garcia, obviously, you know, testing positive for PEDs, is going to be suspended for a little while, but if he were to return and fight a guy like Terence Crawford, that's like must-see TV. I think a lot of boxing fans wouldn't be happy with it. You know, it's not like one of those fights that's like, all right, let's see what happens for the weight class, because the weight classes wouldn't really matter, because Ryan Garcia doesn't really fight at any specific weight class anymore. Terence Crawford's fluctuating, moving up, fighting at 54. So if they fight at 54 and Terence Crawford and Ryan Garcia are able to sign a deal and make a big fight happen, I think that's pretty good for me. I'd be excited about that fight. But that's just me. Obviously, I'm all about, you know, if we can't get the most competitive fights, get the most entertaining fights. And I think Ryan Garcia and Terence Crawford would be exciting for me, because even though I would favor Terence Crawford in that fight, it's very difficult to bet against that Ryan Garcia left hook, because as long as he's a live dog, he's a dangerous one. That's how Ryan Garcia is. But, you know, it's obviously going up against one of the best pound for pound fighters we've seen in the last decade, Terence Bud Crawford, probably the best 147 pounder we've had in a minute. So that'd be a very tall task for Ryan Garcia to have to deal with. But Ryan Garcia shocking the world against Devin Haney. A lot of people didn't give him a chance against Devin, and look at what he was able to do in that fight. Obviously the issue of the PEDs and all that's all you know, in play as well. But a lot of people seem to think that it didn't really matter. No matter what you know, Ryan took, if he didn't take anything, he still would have done the same thing. I still think that rematch is very much in play, because how do you go forward from that? How do you move on and say Ryan Garcia deserves 100% credit? We can't give him 100% credit for that win because he was on PEDs. And then Devin, even though Ryan was on PEDs, he still, you know, made mistakes, and professionals have pointed that out. Floyd Mayweather pointed out Devin Haney's flaws even after the PED test came out. Yeah, and I think, oh no, I think it was before the PED test, so maybe Floyd thinks about it differently, but a lot of pros still believe that no matter what Ryan Garcia was taking, if he unintentionally took it, the outcome would have been the same. But I still think we need to see that rematch at some point. Maybe not Devin's get-back fight, but it would make a lot of money if they did it right away, because it's still fresh, and it's a big fight. Two big characters. I was at the press conferences. I had the pleasure and opportunity to see these guys interact with the fans. I saw them when the cameras were off. These guys don't really like each other. At least their camps don't really like each other. So to see a Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia part 2, clean, done the right way, I would not be mad at that rematch. I think it almost has to happen for both guys' careers. But if not, why not book Terence Crawford and Ryan Garcia? Boxing's in a crazy moment right now. Why not add to the chaos? So let me know in the comments what you guys think about Ryan Garcia saying that Terence Crawford's overrated. I can't say I agree with him, but it is a crazy statement, and it's fascinating to see that he's interested in fighting Terence Bud Crawford. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next Nabs boxing video. Peace.
That's going to do it for another Nabs Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.